Good morning. Happy Friday. I had several comments to review Peachy Writer's video. And nobody donated to my G-String account or anything like that, because God forbid you guys give anything back. Bastards. Anyway, I went to her channel and I skimmed through, and by skimmed through I mean watched the first 30 seconds of it or so, skipped about another 30 seconds in, watched about another 30 seconds of it, skip, watched her screaming, skip, cops are there, skip, she's being arrested or detained, and I'm good. I don't need to watch anymore. And I do that primarily to piss off Eric the Fatid, because I'm not going to discuss the details of that. If you want to watch it, you can go to her channel and watch it. She doesn't have a lot of subscribers, and she's certainly going to be a lolcow, much like Padilla was, until he blew up and is now under the weight of way too many fucking charges. And somebody, I don't remember exactly who, somebody advised him multiple times to slow his fucking roll, because dealing with one charge is one thing. Dealing with like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 charges, that's a different fucking ball of wax. Anyway, some misconceptions that Miss Peachy Writer has. Just because property is owned by the government doesn't mean that it is a public forum. Publicly owned property is not a public forum. First Amendment analysis doesn't deal with public property, it deals with forums. There are public forums, there are non-public forums, there are limited or designated public forums. What a courthouse is presumptively a non-public forum. It means it's not a public forum. I'm basing that assertion on Adderley v. Florida. I'm basing that assertion on U.S. v. Grace. And I'm basing that assertion on the actions of generally every federal court and courthouse, and most state courts and courthouses. They control what you do inside. Even California, super liberal California, where your free speech is protected better than it is under the First Amendment. Even super liberal California has multiple courthouses that do not allow cameras or photography inside of them. Most California courtrooms don't as well. Well, they have the option, like you could ask the judge to film in there, but you can't just randomly start filming. You have to remember that it is the courts that determine whether a piece of property is a public forum or a non-public forum. And you have to remember that it is the courts who determine whether or not a particular order or law or policy is violating the First Amendment or not. And the courts seem to be pretty fucking happy with the status quo. So, there's dogs, by the way. Generally speaking, a court has the power to prevent you from filming on court property, on court grounds. You could also talk about why the court may want to restrict filming inside. Again, we've gone over this before, but if it helps you, there are things that are discussed in hallways between attorneys and clients, between attorneys and opposing counsel that are private. And electronic devices are better at picking up conversations at longer distances. Technology has advanced past what the human ear can do. And recording it may give someone more time to try to lip read what they're talking about. It just violates some of the privacy. At the clerk's desks, especially at a probate courts deal with all sorts of matters relating to, at least in California, typically it's related to getting licenses for things, getting death certificates, things like that. Dealing with wills and trusts and all that other fun stuff. Well, they deal with a lot of personal information. And somebody sitting, waiting to go up to talk to the person at the counter might be able to sit there and record what somebody else is saying and actually catch enough to understand it. And when you go up to the window, you may be able to use the right lens or whatever to film things that are on people's desks, etc. Now, the people who think you should be able to film anywhere all the time, no matter what, are going to say, well, then they should turn those papers over. They should implement procedures and policies to make the employees protect that stuff and let us film anywhere all the time. And, well, if it was a public forum, then you're absolutely right. They'd have to spare no expense to protect those documents without infringing on your right to film. If they have to build a moat with alligators in it and extra walls and hire extra guards to just stand there with big blocking flags to stand over the paperwork, then you're absolutely right. They'd have to do that, because in a public forum, they have to use the least restrictive means. But on a non-public forum, they don't. On a non-public forum, they could just say, no, you can't do this. And as long as their goal is reasonable, the purpose for which they're looking to implement that policy, as long as it's reasonable, and as long as the policy is rationally related to that reasonable government interest, then it flies. So you can't film in court if they say you can't film in court. And if you get PTSD, then you probably shouldn't be doing what you're doing. And you should probably take some time to figure out what you're doing and where you're going with it and what the laws are before you catch more charges. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.